So up to now, we have managed to create our to-do to this point. Basically, we have our dates, we have our to-dos. We can mark it as complete. So what we want to be able to do is, we can add, right? Say new item, right? Um, 14 like that. We can add a new item. We can add more. Um, say wash dishes today as well, or tomorrow. Then we can add the item. But the problem we have is when we refresh, all those items are gone. And the main reason why these ones remain here is because we have hard coded them up here. That's the reason why they are still there, because they've been hard coded. So we need to be able to store our data that even if we have refreshed the items, nothing basically, we can come back basically, and so even if we close the tab and we come back, we can still have our data. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to delete all the items that were there. Uh, just keep it clean like that. Now we basically don't have any items on our to-do, but we can still add. Uh, let's call it first to-do. We can add the item like that. That's the second to-do. And another item like that. And once again, once I refresh, everything is gone, right? So for that, I have written a few code, a bunch of code. Um, Here, I'm just gonna paste it here. And basically, what this does is obviously select the window object, a window which is the whole setup here. This is the whole window, not the document, but the whole window. And we're listening to an event of basically before it unloads. So every time when we refresh, basically the window unloads that session, or that session basically, and loads a different session, right? So what we want to do is, before it unloads, we want to take the data, right? The data which is going to be our to-dos, which is these to-dos here. So whatever that is going to be into that to-dos, I want to take it into our local storage, and then we're gonna set it into our local storage. First of all, we JSON stringify it, and then after that we set it there into our local storage, right? So let's see how that one is gonna go, how that will behave. So we're gonna just add a few items. Let's say first to do, right? You can say boom, 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 right? We can say scrutiny, because we just love it, right? So those are items. Now what we'll do is we'll refresh, right? So if I'm correct, we've refreshed. If I was right, it means we should still be able to find our data, but we should be able to track them here. In your console, in your terminal there, just follow the steps, go to applications, and then we go. So there's all sorts of storage options here. You have your cookies, you have your index DB, you have your web SQL there, but we have a session storage, but we're using this local storage, right? So if we go into our local storage, we can see that there's an item called we do data, which is what I called it there, and it does have data there, which is basically data. So all our data is now being stored locally, as you can see there. So that is us setting it there. So what I want us to do now, or what we're going to be doing next, is how do we now fetch this data, right? So we want to be able, so basically what we want to do is, when we load the application, we want to be able to check if there is data. If there is data there, then we want to reload it onto the application. So see you guys on the next video. It's gonna be fun.